What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another thought exercise with me, Paul A. Anthony. And today we're going to be talking about a transformative concept that can really enhance your personal development and your mindset. We're going to be talking about the power of replacement. This idea centers around identifying and replacing habits, thoughts, and even relationships and environments to really help you go from the place that you currently are to the place that you desire to be. If that's you and that's something that you're looking forward to, then buckle in, buckle up, because we're going to dive deep into the power of replacement. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I publish another video. Now, let's get into it. All right, welcome back. So like I said before, we're going to be diving into the power of replacement. And we're going to dive into a couple of concepts and key points, action steps to help you navigate your life and become the greatest version of yourself. So the first key point we're going to be talking about is understanding the need for replacement, right? So before we can start replacing anything, we must first identify the things that we are currently that are currently happening in our lives and figure out what needs to go and what needs to come in. So some of the things that can be identified are bad habits, negative habits, limiting beliefs, toxic relationships, and unproductive environments, right? Each of these can play a significant role in every aspect of your life, right? Like negative habits like procrastination, unhealthy eating, and excessive screen time can really hinder you from becoming the greatest version of yourself. Having thoughts that hold you back, like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I can't achieve that, or oh, that's damn near impossible. Those are habits that typically hold you back from becoming the greatest version of yourself, right? Toxic relationships. Different people in your life that are telling you to be realistic, or, don't quit your day job, or that only happens to a few, like the thing that you're achieving, it only happens to a very few people. Certain things like that. And even unproductive environments, like you have a cluttered space, or it's noisy, or you have places that just stifle your creativity. All of those things can be identifiable and can be easily replaced with the proper work and the proper things in place, so that way you can become a greater version of yourself. Some of the action steps that you can take are reflecting and identifying. So self-reflection is so important. Taking some time to reflect on various aspects of your life, asking yourself questions like, okay, where am I currently in my life? What is hindering me from becoming the greatest version of myself? And you can also list things that or habits that you want to develop in order to replace the current habits that you are living in. And listing them out, like writing them down and identifying it, seeing it on paper, can really help you to gain more clarity instead of just trying to sit down and think about it, because you need something to bounce ideas off of. You can't just bounce ideas in your head, because they're not going to yield you any result or any progress. So putting it out on paper and seeing it can really help you define what it is that you need to replace, and what it is that you want to replace those needs with. Key point number 2, the benefits of replacement. So we identified what needs to be replaced, but now let's talk about the benefits of replacing, right? Replacing what no longer serves you with a beneficial alternative can lead to so many different great things, like increased productivity, or which is replacing procrastination with a disciplined schedule. Better mental health, right? Swapping out negative self-talk for positive affirmations, which can boost your confidence and overall happiness. Healthier relationships, people that actually pour into you, that actually feed into you, that actually help and uplift you on those days where you may not feel your best. Or even the days that you are feeling your best, you still have this support group around you that inspires you. And an enhanced environment. Looking at beautiful sceneries and just surrounding yourself in beautiful places can really help you to replace the habits that you currently have and inspire you to even bring some of that beauty into your own home. So that way you can further increase the rate of replacement. Envision the idea, right? Envision the idea in your mind. So visualization works very well. Like picture the idea, picture your ideal self in their ideal environment. Visualization is so important, and it helps you to enhance the productivity of replacing certain habits in your life, right? And when I say visualize, I mean visualize with no limitations, because most of us visualize this based on where we currently are, but visualize limitless. Visualize your life limitlessly. I think that's a word, right? Limitlessly. Just visualize your life without any lack of limitations, right? Really see yourself at the peak of your life and keep a hold of that vision as well, because every single step that you take is getting you closer and closer towards that vision that you see for yourself. Setting goals. Setting goals is important as well. I think setting goals is what helps you to stay on track, because there are so many different things in the world that can distract you and can pull for your attention. But if you have your goals in place, anything that doesn't align with you achieving your goals at a faster or better, more improved rate is only noise. And you can identify that easily, because you can see something and be like, well, let me go back and look at my goals. Is this in alignment with who I say I desire to be? If not, then leave it alone, right? There's learning curves in everything that we do. So take something, whatever it is that you're currently doing, and apply it to the thing that you desire to do, because there's something in it that you can take to utilize to become the greatest version of yourself and to replace habits at a faster rate. And I'll also even add this, right? Going to things like seminars, webinars, conferences, joining groups of people, networking events. These things can also help you to envision or create the ideal life that you envision, because you can't do it all on your own. And it's important to bounce off the ideas that you have with other like minds, so that way it can enhance your ability to get to where it is that you desire to be, right? Planting your ideas in fertile soil is so important. Like this garden, for example, right? You see, it's a beautiful garden right here. We've got the basil, we got the mint, and we got the peppers over there, and they're flourishing, right? They are doing so well, and it's only because they are planted in the right soil. These plants are planted in the right soil, the right way, at the right time. And that is what makes these plants and these herbs and these vegetables grow so well. And your idea is the same way. You have to have fertile soil. You have to have the right environment and at the right time in order for you to grow and evolve into the person that you desire to be. Because that's the only way. Y'all know my saying, we do better when we grow together. So let's continue to grow with one another. We can't do this alone. We can't do this all by ourselves. So we have to have those support groups with us. Okay, next key point. Strategies for effective replacement. So once you've identified what needs replacing and envisioned your ideal state, now it's time to take action. So here's some action steps that you can take. We're going to call this implement and commit. So gradual transition. So start small, right? Start by replacing words, or start by replacing snacks, things that you eat, right? Just little things. Or even replace the route that you take going to work. It can start as small as that. Replacing one habit or element at a time to avoid feeling overwhelmed, right? That is the key. It starts gradual. It starts with the little things. Like when people think they want to replace something, if they always go drastic. But that's what creates that early burnout, because they try to go so big so fast. Pause. I think that's possible. But they try to go so big so fast that they end up burning out, and they end up going right back to those old habits, because they're trying to run away from those habits. But those habits have like a bungee cord on them. So the faster you run away, the stronger the tension is on that cord, and it pulls you right back into those same old habits. But it's a gradual pace that you have to take. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes small, intentional efforts to really put you in position to help you start replacing those old habits with new ones. And before you know it, you'll be doing that new habit, and it'll just be like, oh, wow, look, it's second nature, right? You won't even recognize it. Positive reinforcement. Reward yourself for the small wins. Not only is it important to take small steps, but it's also important to reward yourself for the small deeds that you do. That's the most important part. Rewarding yourself for the small things. Because it's not easy to replace habits. You've been who you are your whole life, and it's worked for you. But now that things are starting to change, now you feel like you need to change. So don't beat yourself up if it doesn't work out the first time, right? As a matter of fact, when you reward yourself, you are giving your brain senses, letting you know that, oh, every time I do this, I get an award, right? That's maybe that's not the best habit to form, right? It's like, oh, I in order to get a reward, I have to do this, right? But it's a good way to start retraining your brain. It's a good way to start reprogramming your mind, so that way these habits become second nature to you. These good habits become second nature to you. Accountability. Like I said before, these groups, find you a coach or a mentor, somebody who can help keep you accountable, a close friend, somebody who is on the same path as you or similar to help keep you accountable. Because again, I said before, you can't do this alone. You can't do this by yourself. It takes a village to raise a child. So it's going to take a tribe to help you to become the version of yourself that you seek. And when you have the right type of people around you, it really helps to enforce, okay, this is who I say I want to be, right? Because some days it's just going to be like, I don't really want to do this. But then you got those support groups to remind you that, no, this is where we are. You said this is what you want to do, and this is what we're going to do. So we're going to make sure that you are held accountable to the standard that you've set for yourself until it becomes second nature. And consistent review. Regularly check in with yourself to assess your progress and adjust your strategies if needed, and celebrate your achievements. So constant adjustment is so important. I do this thing where I check in with myself on a monthly and quarterly basis to see how far on track I am with my goals, because it can get monotonous throughout the days and throughout the weeks, and you can find yourself in a habit and not even recognize the things that you're doing. But when you actually have these checks and balances where you check where you are, right, in each aspect of your life, it really puts things in perspective, and it really helps you to really see how much progress you've made. Because a lot of us can do things and not see any progress, but if we're able to track what it is that we're doing, we can see that we're way further along than we actually are. And that's very encouraging too, because sometimes it can get discouraging when you're doing the work every day on a consistent basis, but you're not seeing any results. But once you're able to actually track what it is that you're doing, now you can really start to see like, okay, it's paying off. Because everybody wants to see a payoff. Nobody wants to just work constantly and not see the fruits of their labor or the results that they've been working so hard to get, right? So that's important. And the final key point, overcoming challenges. So the process of replacing can be challenging, and you may face resistance both internally and externally. So the action steps to take is building resilience. I made a video about that, which you can go check. And it talks about how to build resilience and the process you go through with building resilience, right? So with this process, with this action step of building resilience, it takes mindfulness and awareness. So this is something that I practice on a consistent basis. Practicing mindfulness and practicing mindfulness to stay aware of old habits and thoughts creeping back in. Techniques like meditation can be very helpful. And also, meditation, right? Meditation can be very helpful. Meditation is a practice that I've been practicing for years, and let me tell you, it has been a game changer for me. That's the first thing I do before I get into anything in my day. I need at least 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes to myself, so that way I can really tap tap in, tune in, and turn on, so that way I can go through my day in alignment. So mindfulness brings you into the present moment, right? Meditation brings you into the present moment as well. And this is what helps you to build habits too, because it doesn't take much. 5-15 minutes a day of just being mindful, being aware of your surroundings, being aware of where you currently are is so important. Because it's easy to get blindsided when you're just getting up and you're just going every single day, and you can get into a routine and you're not able to really check in to see what's going on with you, to see if you're actually on track with the things that you say you want to do or where you say you want to be. So mindfulness and awareness is so important. Stay patient. I cannot stress that enough. Stay patient. We live in a fast-paced society where everything is like that. It's instantaneous, right? We have everything. Everything is just at our fingertips now. But we still have to practice patience. We still have to be patient in our own process, because you're doing something you've never done before. So yes, it's going to take time. But you have to give yourself that grace to be like, I know this is going to take a little more time than I anticipated, and I'm okay with that, right? It's not about getting a result. It's about shifting your lifestyle. It's about shifting from who you are to who you currently desire to be, right? That's the biggest key. And finally, again, seek support. I can't stress this enough. Seeking support is going to be the game changer for you. Really having accountability partners, coaches, mentors, having people to help you along your journey is going to be so important, because we all cannot do this alone. I cannot stress that enough. We all can't do this alone. So we have to have those circles around us to keep us accountable, and also to give us a goal, because there could be those on the same path as you, and they may be further along, and they give you a goal to obtain. They give you a goal to reach for, to be like, you know what, I want to be where you are, and I know that it's only going to take time, because you were once where I was. So yeah, seek support. Also, at the bottom, I am going to list some resources, some key resources that you can use to help you become a better version of yourself. I have books, podcasts, courses, online courses. What else we got? We got apps. We got apps that you can use, and all of these things can be used to help you to become a better version of yourself, right? And I'm going to end it like this. Romans 12, verse 2. This has been a verse that has been a key verse in my life. Romans 12, verse 2. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not be conformed by the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this emphasizes the importance of transforming and renewing your mind, which aligns with replacing your old, unhelpful patterns of thinking with new, positive ones. It all starts up here. All of the work that you're doing is all about reframing and reprogramming your mind to think at a different level, to think on different frequencies, to think on a different wave. Because nothing changes until you have a thought, right? Because everything starts with a thought, right? First it starts with a thought, then it turns into intention, then it turns into action. Hold on, wait. I got to get this right. First it's a thought, then it's an intention, then a behavior, then it's a habit, then it's a practice, then it's second nature, and then it's simply who you are. So everything that you're doing is to become the habit. Not to just do the habit, but to become the habit that you desire, right? And in conclusion, I said I was going to end it right there, but I'm actually ending right here, right? In conclusion, the power of replacement lies in its ability to help you shed what no longer serves you and embrace what does, right? Once you're able to implement these strategies and tips that I've shared with you today, you will be able to become a greater version of yourself. I guarantee it. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen over time. And it starts as a practice, and then it just becomes who you are. So I hope that you found some value in this video. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. I truly believe we do better when we grow together, so let's continue to grow with one another. And if you found this helpful, inspiring, or motivating in any way, shape, or form, well, leave a comment in the comment sections and let me know what you got from this video, right? And also, like I said before in the description, I will leave some resources that you can utilize to help you to become the greatest version of yourself and keep you on track with your goals. Also, be on the lookout for new videos, and yeah, just let me know what y'all learned from this. This has been another thought exercise with me, Paula Anthony, and until next time, peace and progress.